Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Top Stitches. If this is your first time coming across us, you're highly welcome. Please do subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. So today we are going to be learning how to make a short, a knicker, whichever one you're comfortable calling it. Let's get started. This is the material I'm going to be using, and on the paper I have the measurement that I need. The waist measurement I divided by 4, the hip measurement I divided by 4, then my short length, the circumference at that is 21, I divided by 2. So that is the measurement we are going to be needing. Okay, right now we'll go ahead and start inputting our vertical measurement. From the start of the pattern paper, I will start inputting my measurement. The starting line will serve as my waistline, then 10.5 inches is my crotch line, and then 18 inches is my full length. The 2 inches I added is for my allowance. So I'll just go ahead and repeat what I have done in 2 places so that I'll be able to form a straight line. So 2 inches up from my crotch line is going to be my hip line. That is what you can see me marking now. Do that for your own. And then I will go ahead and make a straight line across all my markings. So on my waistline, I will start by imputing my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 10.5. That is what I am doing now. Put it across from your waistline down to your crotch line and use a straight line and connect it. So after you have done that, it's time to extend my crotch line for my curve. So I'm using 2 inches to extend it. You can use 2.5 inches. I'm using 2 inches because I want it fitted and the fabric is stretchy. So you saw me inputting 1 inch diagonally to serve as my guide for a smooth curve. So now go ahead and use a curve to connect those lines. So it's important to treat fabric differently. If I were using a non-stretchy material, I would have used 2.5 inches for my crotch extension, but because it's in a stretchy material, 2 inches is also okay. The next thing I'm doing now is to impute my waist measurement divided by 4, and I started that measurement from the inner thigh, right? That my hip line, that is where I started it. So now connect it like you can see me doing now down to the hip line, and the next thing on the crotch line, I will get what I have there now and divide it by 2, place the mark there. So we'll go down to the full length of our short to do the same thing. This line is called the crease line. It's going to be my guide to impute an equal measurement on both parts. So now after this, on the short length, I'll take the circumference measurement I have there and divide by 2. Then I will still go ahead and divide what I have by 2 again. That's essentially I'm dividing by 4. So what I have after dividing by 4, I'll place on my crease line and then impute my division by 2 on both sides. That is what you can see me doing now. When you are done doing that, go ahead and connect all the markings like you can see me doing now to get a nice shape for the tie. So do that on the full length. Please do not exceed the full length. I will show you what to do to get to the allowance that we added. So after adding it, connect the allowance like a triangle. Yes, that is what you can see me doing now. Please do not take it down with a straight line. It will give you problem when you are done, when you want to stitch. So now on the waistline, I'll be coming down by by 0.75 inch, and then I'll connect it to the other side of the waistline. So this is to avoid folding on the center of the front. So after that, I'll go ahead and cut out, and this will be the front of my shirt. Cut it out and place on a fresh pattern paper, giving allowance on the both side and on the waistline. So this is it. I'll go ahead and remove my band. That is what I am doing now. My band is going to be, I think, about 2 inches. Okay, 1.5 inches. That is what you can see me removing from the waistline. A band of 1.5 inch. I will go ahead and connect it like this and cut it out. So do that for your own. So after that, I'll still repeat what I did previously. Come down by 0.75 inch and connect it back to the other side of the waistline. But I will not be cutting it out. When I'm done using it to draft the back, I'll cut out. So now I've gone ahead to place on a fresh pattern paper, giving allowance on both sides of the pant and on the up part too. So the next thing I'm going to do is to extend my crotch line. Extend the crotch line like you can see me doing now. And then on that extended line, I will be imputing 2 inches. So after the 2 inch, I added 0.5 inch for my sewing allowance on that crotch line. So in essence, I added 2.5 inch on that line. On my waistline, I'll get what I have there and divide by 4. Whatever measurement you have, mark it there, and on that marking, go up by 2 inches. This is to accommodate the butt at the back. So you have to lift the waistline for the back up. So now after that, go ahead and connect with a curved line from that 2 inches up to the crotch extension. I'm using a broken line first to see if I will like what I have, and thereafter I will use my curve rule and blend it well. Alright, go ahead and do yours so that we'll continue. Just take your time, there's no rush. You want it sitting perfectly on that butt area. So now, after connecting it, we'll go ahead and take the measurement that we have for our waist on the front and impute it for the back, making sure that we are touching the edge of that front pattern in a slant form. You see how my tape rule is? That is how you should keep yours while imputing that measurement. So impute the measurement and use a slant line to connect it like you can see me doing now. After that, impute all other measurements. I am using 1.5 inch for this pant because I want it fitted. So I'll just go ahead and impute 1.5 inch all around the pattern. So 1.5 inch, and then I'll connect. I will extend that line so that I'll know where my actual length is and where I'll be using a slant line to connect to the hem. So go ahead and connect like you can see me doing now. Take your time. So connect to the actual hemline before going ahead to use a slant line to take it to the hem. So do that like you can see me doing and like we did for the front. And after that, the back part of our shirt is ready. All we need to do now is to cut across the lines that we have, and we are done. So cut it out like you can see me doing now. And after that, it is time to remove the 0.75 inch that we came down on the front part of our shirt to eliminate folding for the front part. So now cut it out, and I'll go ahead and trace out on my fabric. On fold, please ensure you are cutting on fold. So this is it after I am done tracing out. So it's time to stitch. So placing right side facing each other from one part of the front and one part of the back. Place it like you can see me doing now, and sew on the hip area, the hip part, with your 1/2 inch. And on that allowance, please sew down, do not curve. After doing that, this is what I'll have after sewing with 1/2 inch. So you see, I did not sew with my curve, I just took it down. Now I'll just go ahead and cut off the excess that we are going to be having there. Do that so that we'll continue. So after doing that, it's time to tidy up the hem of the shirt. So I have 2 inch on that part on the hem. That's the allowance that I added, but I also notched it when I was cutting it on my fabric. So I have my notch mark visible there. I'll just go ahead and connect it. Connect with a straight line so that we'll go and fold or hem with a hemming gum, whichever one you are comfortable with. So connect with a straight line. Do that so that we'll go and sew, fold and sew. So now this is it. I'll go and fold with 1/2 inch, then I'll take it up to the 2 inches mark that I have, then I'll stitch. I'll do that on both legs of the pants. I'll come back and show us what it looks like. This is it after I am done stitching. Now you will see we have some excess there, courtesy of that slant line that we have at the hem. So just go ahead and cut it off. Cut off like you can see me doing now, so that we'll go and finish up our pants. So this is it. We are not having any shortages. So now we're going to sew the back crotch of this shirt. Only the back crotch. I'm not taking it down to the inner thigh. So I'll go and do that and come back and show us. This is it after sewing the back crouch. Since this is going to be a fitted pant, I'll go in now and take my waist measurement divided by 2. So do that. I have 18 inches, so I'll go and start sewing on that 18 inches mark to close my front crouch. So I'll sew like you can see where my hand is illustrating, and after sewing I'll place my pant like you can see me doing now and sew the inner thigh. Sew the inner thigh like you can see me illustrating now. So I'll do that and come back and show us what it looks like. Alright, this is it after I am done sewing. Our pant is almost halfway ready. So this is it. So I chose the left part to be where my zip is going to be sitting on, and I also have a band of 2 inches, and I went ahead to fold in half of an inch on one part of the band. So now this band is 36 inches in length, so I'll go ahead and place the part that is not folded, the right side facing the right side of the pant, like you can see me doing, and I will go and sew with half of an inch. I'll go and sew with half of an inch, come back and show us what it looks like. So this is it after sewing with half of an inch. What is left is to close it up. So push in the seam that we have, that we sewed out inside, and then stitch on the folded part. Fold it in like this and stitch. I like to sew from the front part to be able to hide my seam in between the band and the main pant. So I'll go and sew it and come back and show us. This is it after I am done. If you look closely, you can barely see the thread that I use. So this is what you should have when you are done doing that. Now it's left to fix my zip. So I have an opening of about 7 inches. That is what I'm going to be using to fix my zip. So I'll do that, come back and show us what it looks like. So now this is my zip after I am done stitching it. So this is it. This is the zip. My shirt is ready. So if at this point you have not subscribed, please do that to join our sewing family. Thank you.